En esta clase vamos a repasar las frases en pasado, así como la pronunciación de algunos verbos tanto regulares como irregulares, que sé que ahí te lía seguro. Y todo esto mientras disfrutas de una aventura loca que viví en Tailandia. Let's get started. A few years ago, I was in Thailand because I had been invited to a wedding. But this wasn't just any wedding. It was held in a tiny village completely lost in the middle of the country. No tourists, no fancy hotels, just the real, authentic Thailand. Getting there? Now, that was an adventure. We flew from London to Kuala Lumpur on the 30th of December. After a short stopover, we took another flight to Bangkok. By the time we arrived, it was New Year's Eve. And we spent the first couple of hours of the new year on a train from the airport to the city. Not the most glamorous way to celebrate, let me tell you. The next morning, still exhausted, we caught another flight from Bangkok to Nakhon Si Thammarat. And from there, we squeezed into a tiny, overcrowded minibus packed with locals and the intense Thai heat. 2 days of traveling just to reach the village. The village itself was incredibly humble, and it didn't have any proper streets, just dirt roads. The ceremony was held in my sister-in-law's grandmother's house, which was incredibly simple. And here is the shocker. There was no running water in the whole village. So imagine, after going to the toilet, we had to use rainwater collected in huge barrels to flush and wash our hands. Yes, you heard that right. We had to use buckets to get the water from the barrel and pour it into the toilet. And here's the thing. Wherever we went in that village, people stared at us and kept taking photos with us. It was like we had become celebrities overnight. I wish I could say it was because I'm famous, but no. We just looked very, very different from the locals. Finally, on the 2nd of January, the wedding took place. And guess what? Around 600 people attended. Not all at once, thankfully. They were coming, eating, and leaving. It was a beautiful traditional Buddhist ceremony, so everything was done differently from what I had ever seen before. That night, the wedding turned into a non-stop karaoke party, and just when I thought things couldn't get crazier, I ate the spiciest food of my life. I'm talking so spicy that I thought my head was about to explode. I'm not kidding. My face turned red, my eyes watered, my ears rang, and I downed an embarrassing amount of water. I was told that water doesn't work, so I was offered whiskey to cool down the fire. Because in Thailand, there are no milk or any dairies that are supposed to help to cool down. Meanwhile, my sister-in-law and her family laughed because they weren't used to watching foreigners struggle with Thai chilies. The next day, we drove to Krabi, packed like sardines into a 4x4, 8 people plus all our luggage. And here's where the trip took another unexpected turn. While at the hotel, I finally had Wi-Fi and caught up on messages. Among them was a conversation with an old friend from university, a German girl I had shared my flat with during my master's degree in Bournemouth. We had stayed in touch over the years, mostly through WhatsApp, but lately I hadn't replied because I had no internet in Thailand. So I sent her a message. Hey Katya, sorry for disappearing. I'm in Thailand and I haven't had internet. Her response made my jaw drop. Wait, you are in Thailand? So am I. Where are you? As it turned out, she wasn't just in Thailand, she was in Krabi at that exact moment, just a few kilometers away from my hotel. So, a couple of hours later, she showed up at my hotel and we spent the afternoon catching up. What are the odds? Then she went back to her hotel and we continued with our trip. Thanks to my sister-in-law, who is Thai, we discovered parts of Thailand that most tourists would never see. She ordered the most delicious food for us, we got massages, I had a haircut, and we did so many things that without her, we wouldn't have been able to do, especially because of the language barrier. It was 2 intense, unforgettable weeks. And not only was it my first and only Buddhist wedding, but it was also one of the most eye-opening experiences of my life, connecting with locals who were not used to foreigners. ¿Qué te ha parecido? ¿Has aprendido alguna pronunciación nueva? No olvides darle al like, suscribirte al canal para escuchar más historias locas, que tengo unas pocas, y deja un comentario para que el vídeo suba en los rankings de YouTube y más personas puedan aprender inglés con Aprobar Cambridge. Nos vemos en la próxima clase. Bye!